Hello. Today I'm going to be doing Doctor Stone chapter 166 and 165. So yeah, 165 was a decent chapter. There was a lot of plot twists to begin with, and there was a theme in the chapter. Know those rules, make the rules. The whole theme of the chapter was quite an interesting theme, such as forgetting the rules of the old world because this is the new world, so we make the rules here. That kind of theme I thought was quite nice, ideal to have, and it was implemented all the way throughout the chapter, which was quite nice. Just having that theme spread all over the chapter. But Stanley and the big plot twist that got to me was Stanley and Senku and Risky's fight. It was all a distraction from Dr. Xeno's stand point of view anyway, because his I think this might have been his secret weapon that he was. Then that's kind of been foreshadowed a little bit, especially with the dude. He's got a little spotlight as well. Looks really proud of his invention, and he's actually made a submarine. So that's pretty crazy. So this could have been what they've been foreshadowing for a while, or he could have something, yeah, an even bigger secret weapon. But I feel like this is the secret weapon they were talking about. And we see that Mitsukage is obviously, he knows something feels off, but because he doesn't have that 21st century knowledge of what a submarine is, he can't really comprehend that humans would be able to get in a machine and attack from underwater. That just doesn't cross his mind. So with that, the group, while everyone's kind of preoccupied with the dogfight up in the sky, and the difference between these guys is they've got weapons and everything, and but I'm surprised Magma went down quite quickly, because he was when he was first introduced, portrayed as one of the stronger characters in the series anyway, but he gets clobbered by the female with the big, what's it called, big fluffy hair. Yeah, dealt with quite quickly anyway. And yeah, the raid squad pretty much taking over the ship, as whereas Senku and Risky, the two leaders, are pretty much occupied in the sky right now. And yeah, they do some pretty crazy maneuvers. And I did like how Senku has this bottle of acid just ready whenever. But yeah, as the raid continues, some of the crew members, they kind of venture a bit deeper into the, what you call it, ship, where they're actually met by some of the more formidable fighters in the crew, such as Mozu. And he also mentions the theme, and I was talking about, machine guns are the mightiest. Wait, what's it called? According to your rules, we're supposed to tremble in fear and surrender the second you point them at us. That's the rules of the old world. And since we don't know, no, I don't think us island warriors will go down that easy, since we don't know your rules. So I like that. And we also, what do you call it, Senku, he also portrays some of the themes anyway. Where is it? Let me see. Let me find out. He mentioned something about the old world rules as well. Here we go. You're thinking, are there? So as they were fighting in the dogfight, Senku pretty much does a Senku and Ruski, they pretty much do a quite logic defying maneuver, and they make the statement about how, according to your familiar rules of the old world, then this would not make sense, but here in the new world, the rules are made from scratch. So there we go, the two instances of that theme kind of being portrayed in this chapter. And I really like the parallel we have, and I thought this final chapter is this final panel is quite poetic in a sense as well, because we've got a split panel, so it's directly just two panels, and we've got Mozu and Matsukage on the bottom, and we've got Senku dropping his carpet bombs from the top, kind of portraying the ground level and the sky level as well. So I thought that was a bit of what do you call it? I just enjoyed that little double meaning there anyway. So yeah, this was quite a good chapter indeed. I enjoyed it a lot, and we move on to the next chapter. But I did think, what do you call it? So some of the panels are a bit unneeded. Like, I didn't really care about most of those other characters. But nevertheless, let's move on to the next chapter. Give me a sec. Yeah, give me a sec. Here we go. All right, 166 Doctor Stone, and yeah, the plot twists continue. So in this one, we got looks like a little popular scroll test anyway, but apparently Cola won number one. Katana came second. I don't really care about these poll tests. Like, what is this? Who votes in these tests? I don't know. But next we get into the chapter. All right. So at the start of the chapter, we kind of see that Doctor Zeno has the upper hand, and he's kind of playing the king's role in a sense, giving orders from far away and monitoring everything, kind of like a massive chessboard in a sense. And with this, Mozu pretty much he starts cleaning up on all these grunts, and he's even using his new spear technique where he rotates it really quickly. So that's kind of nice to see his training has been paying off anyway. But I don't know why this dude has grenades. That's pretty crazy. And somehow Matsukage is able to deflect these grenades with his katana. I don't think that's really realistic, but nevertheless, that's what happens. But yeah, I don't think having grenades in this kind of environment would have been that wise anyway. And one of them even has a bit like a rocket launcher as well. Not in this close quarters. How many bodies are you trying to rack up? So they are tempted by this anyway. And it turns out Senku's carpet bombing of the DIY acetylene, I think gas it was, that stalls their engine. It ends up backfiring and their engine stalls as well. So both of them pretty much kind of hit the ground, and it's kind of a dogfight between 2v1, Senku and Ruski versus Stanley. But the biggest plot twist is when Stanley takes off his mask, because if you think about it, he's been wearing a mask the entire time. And it turns out this guy's not even Stanley at all. So he's been a decoy the entire time. So that's pretty crazy to think that this formidable fighter they were against wasn't Stanley at all. And where Stanley actually was where he's actually in the submarine, and he does like a proper epic hero entrance. I thought that was pretty cool to see that where Stanley stands in comparison to this. So he's pretty much the knight, as Xena will refer to him anyway. And I do like how he kind of deals with Matsukage and Mozu quite quickly with his close quarter machine gun, because he is a trained military personnel, so he has a lot of combat experience anyway. So he deals with them quite quickly. So and he shoots him in the arm as well. So that's kind of nice. He didn't kill them. Obviously, it's a shonen show. Headshots don't really happen in this kind of stuff anyway. Job's done. So it looks like a checkmate's pretty much been done since Senku's headquarters has been taken over by the formidable enemy. And yes, he pulled it off. An elegant checkmate with my ultimate knight. So obviously, that's kind of referring to the point that he's playing chess in this whole like arc has been like a chessboard kind of movement, and his knight has pretty much put him checkmate. But I did like the little upper hand that Senku also has a little thing as well, and I don't know if they're talking to each other, but obviously from a narrative point, they can see they're talking to each other right back at you. And I gotta say, Doctor Zeno's face actually cracks me up because it's hilarious. But we can see that Senku has also done a counter checkmate with this drilling plan has actually succeeded with Tosaka launching this massive spear very close to Doctor Zeno's face. Anyway, and I gotta say, Tosaka looks really badass in this little, final panel. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how this double checkmate will play out, because it looks like they're both evenly matched in this situation with both sides having hostages. Well, kind of Dr. Zeno is only one person, but he's important. But yeah, both sides have hostages at this moment in time. Let's see what happens. I want to know how this hostage situation plays out because it can be very interesting, and there's a lot of complexion to it anyway. But let's see. That's all for me. Bye.